Tenny felt like a walking corpse. After leaving her father's house, she wandered through the busy streets. The noise of Lagos, the yellow buses shouting Obalende, Oshodi, the constant honking of horns, and the heat of the afternoon sun all felt like they were mocking her. She had nowhere to go. Her stepmother, Molly, had been part of the plan all along. Every time Tenny thought about it, fresh tears rolled down her cheeks. She was loitering near a bus stop, her mind completely blank, when she accidentally stepped onto the main road. Screesh! A car zoomed past, nearly brushing her dress. The wind from the speeding vehicle made her stagger. "Teniola, are you crazy?" a voice screamed. A hand grabbed Tenny's arm and pulled her back onto the sidewalk, just as another car flew by. Tenny looked up with blurry eyes and saw a familiar face. "Rosa?" Tenny whispered. Rosa was her best friend from their secondary school days. They hadn't spoken much since Tenny got married, but Rosa's face was now full of terror and worry. "Tenny, what is wrong with you? Do you want to kill yourself?" Rosa yelled, looking at Tenny's swollen red eyes and her rumpled clothes. Tenny looked like someone who had been sleeping under a bridge. "Thank you, Rosa," Tenny said, her voice sounding hollow. "Maybe it would have been better if you let the car hit me. At least I would be with my mother now. My misery would be over." "Don't talk like that," Rosa snapped. People passing by were starting to stare, some whispering that maybe she was a mad woman, while others just hissed and moved on. Rosa didn't care. She pulled Tenny to a quiet corner under a shade. "Where are you going, Tenny? Where is your husband? Where is that your sister, Tiwa?" "I don't have a home anymore, Rosa. I am a wanderer. I have nothing." Rosa didn't need to hear more. She saw the pain in her eyes and knew something terrible had happened. She didn't ask for the full story yet. She just flagged down a yellow Danfo bus and pushed Tenny inside. Rosa lived in a small, neat face me I face you apartment in Yaba with her mother, Mama Rosa, and her younger brother. It was a tiny place compared to the mansion Tenny was used to in Lekki, but the moment they walked in, it felt warmer than any palace. Mama Rosa was surprised to see her daughter come home with a woman who looked so broken. "Who is this, Rosa?" "It's Tenny, ma, my friend from school. Things are bad for her, ma. Very bad." Mama Rosa didn't hesitate. She didn't ask Tenny for her story or her ID card. She just went to the kitchen. "Oh yeah, Tenny, go and wash your face. There is jollof rice in the pot. Eat first, then you can sleep." Tenny sat on the small plastic chair in their living room and began to sob. She couldn't believe it. Her own blood sister threw her out, but a girl she hadn't seen in years was feeding her. "I am so sorry for disturbing you," Tenny sniffled. "Shh," Mama Rosa said, rubbing Tenny's back. "An old friend has become your family today. Stay here as long as you need. We're not rich, but we have a roof and we have love." 2 days passed. Tenny spent most of her time staring at the ceiling in the small guest corner they gave her. Rosa's brother would tell small jokes to try and make her smile, and slowly Tenny began to eat a little more. She felt safe, but she also felt a strange heaviness in her heart. She was still reserved, ashamed of what had happened to her. Finally, on the 4th night, after a dinner of dodo and fried eggs, Mama Rosa sat Tenny down. "My daughter," Mama Rosa said gently, "you are safe here, but your heart is carrying a heavy load. If you don't talk, that load will break you. What happened?" Tenny looked at Rosa, then at Mama Rosa. She took a deep breath and began to tell them everything: the drugging, the hotel room, the blood on the sheets, the divorce papers, and how her own father's wealth had been stolen from her. As she spoke, Rosa started crying. Even Mama Rosa was shaking her head in anger. "How can people be so wicked?" Rosa cried. "Your own sister, your own husband." "It wasn't my fault my parents weren't married when I was born," Tenny said, her voice rising with pain. "Why am I the one suffering for their choices? Why did they trap me like an animal?" "Listen to me, Teniola. The world is cruel, yes, but you are still alive. You must be strong, not for Segun or Tiwa, but for yourself. The best is yet to come. Don't let their evil stay in your heart, or it will poison you. Tenny stayed with them for over a month. She was finally starting to breathe again. She didn't know that inside her, a new life, actually 2 new lives, were already beginning to grow, changing her destiny forever.